Hiya, I'm Catherine from Altering Physio, and today we're going to be doing a little series which is a bit of a higher level warm-up aimed at getting us that little bit warmer. So we're starting in standing. We're going to start with our feet together, turn toes out, bring your heels in line. Resting your hands then onto those bones either sides of your pelvis will go into our small pelvic tilt. Tucking your tailbone under and gently releasing. Just to stretch through the base of the back and to help set ourselves into that neutral position. We're aiming to come in and stop with those bones pointing directly forwards. Draw your tummy button through to your spine to support that position and let the arms gently rest down. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in and circle your hands round and up. Turn those hands, press the air down, grow tall through the crown of your head and then roll your shoulder blades back, thinking of opening the collarbones wide and drawing your shoulder blades into the centre of the spine. And again, breath in and out, and then pull those shoulder blades back and down. And again, once more, really expanding into the base of the ribs, pressing the air down, growing tall, pulling the shoulders back and lifting up and away through the crown of the head there. Your hands float to 90, shoulder blades slotted into the centre of the spine, and we're going to float onto the toes as the arms lift. Then we separate, scoop the arms round to come back to 90 as we replace the heels to the mat. And again, we're floating forwards and up, then scooping round, bringing the hands back into that start position. So we've got the centre working hard, we're working through into the calf, lots of balance as we float forwards to those toes, scoop your hands round and come back to the centre. We'll lift and lower. Two more. Lift and lower. And last one. Floating forwards and up. Smoothly back and down. Link your fingers. Nod your chin towards your chest. Stretch away. Turn those hands up to the ceiling to open the chest that little bit more. And then we'll bring the arms down by your sides. Nod your chin. And we're following into a roll down. We're going to peel forwards into a halfway roll down, softening the knees slightly. Steady yourself at your knees, and then we're doing our cat stretch here. So bringing the shoulder blades together, allowing us to dip into a little bit of extension. Then we nod the chin, curl back and roll back up to standing tall, pulling the shoulders back and down. We'll do that again, so breath in, breathing out, bring the arms down, pull the shoulders back. Chin to chest, we roll forward, stopping at the knees. Again, curve, arch forwards, chin stays tucked in, eyes looking forwards onto the mat there. Reverse, nodding your chin, roll back up to standing, pull the shoulders down and lift through the crown of the head. And again, circling round, press the hands down. We go into that roll down, peeling forward, steadying ourselves on the thighs, lifting into extension. Tucking round, restacking as we come back up to standing, shoulders go back and down and we lift up and away through the crown of the head. Now keeping that lower back nice and long, we go into some ski squats here. So parallel position with the feet and we're sinking down into that little knee bend and lift to stand tall. And again, we're folding as we sink down and lift to stand tall. Brilliant. And again, we're folding to sink down and lifting, standing tall. Arms floating to 90, keeping that weight equal through the foot, so through from the big toe back to the heel, starting to think about those big muscles through the legs starting to work. And as we stand, gently thinking of pulling those sit bones together so we're firing into our glutes as we come back into that stance position. Now, we're going to increase this work slightly and we're going to lower for 1, 2, 3, and then we stand tall, pulling those sit bones in as we come into that lift position. And again, we're lowering gradually, 1, 2, 3, and lift to stand tall. Brilliant. And again, lowering, sinking down, 1, 2, 3, and lifting, standing tall. Fantastic. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and standing. Brilliant. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and coming back to that stance position. Perfect. Check that you feel you've still got that centre engaged. And we're going to work work into a little bit of extension at the hip. So if we bring your weight across through the left foot, roll to the toe of the right, and we're going to slide that foot back, pushing the heel towards the wall behind, and then fold that knee to come back in. Place that foot down, we'll do a ski squat, we come up and over to the opposite side, sliding that left leg back. Now as we slide the heel towards the back wall each time, we're making sure that we're stood tall, that we're not leaning forwards, and that we are just starting to extend at the hips. If I go sideways on, we're sliding that foot back. We fold to sink down, lift tall, slide that heel towards the back wall. Now if this is easy, as you slide that leg back, try to think about lifting that foot away from the floor. So we're really squeezing and firing into those glutes that little bit extra. Keeping that going, a fold, lift, into extension and down. 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 Fantastic. Continuing with this work through the legs, instead of working into extension, we're going to do a little lunge series. So imagining two spots on the floor in front of you, we're stepping forwards, sink down, lift tall and step back. And again, step forwards, sink down, lift tall and step back. Continuing to place the foot into those same positions as we return to that stance posture, and making sure again that we're not leaning forwards through the upper body. So hips and knees folding equally as we sink down and return into that start position. Lots of balance, trying to make sure that we're not rotating at the shoulders or the hips, and working that little bit more through the legs. Step, fold, lift and back. Step, fold, lift and back. Step, fold, lift and back. With this next one, we'll step and we're going to repeat here for 5. So we'll sink down and stand tall. 4, keeping that same balance. 3, 2 and 1. We'll come back up, back to that start position and change over. So opposite leg forwards, sinking down and back to standing. 5, 4, 3, 2 and last one. Nearly finished with this series, just a little bit of rotation control. So this time we sink down, hands crossed, and we're going to rotate towards the right side, so your front leg with the upper body and back to the centre. Don't let those legs rock or move at all if we can help it. We're stood strong and we're repeating 3 times, holding that lunge posture, back to the middle and back to that start position. Fantastic. Same on the opposite side then. We step forward, we sink down and then rotating this time to the left just with the upper body and back to the centre. This is our second time. And final one. Back to the middle, coming back in and standing tall. Perfect. Fold that left leg, bring the right hand forwards. We're going into just some simple walking, so side to side, nice and gently. Loosen through the legs after having done that little series with the lunge. Keep the chest lifted, head and neck nice and long. So, a little bit of coordination, a little bit more balance. We're going to walk side to side for 1, 2, 3, and on that third one, we lift that hip and knee to 90 and we float the hands up. Bring that leg down, keep it folded, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. And this time it's the opposite leg. So a little bit of coordination, as long as we keep the leg folded as we come back down, you should find that you're alternating the leg that you lift each time. If you're finding that you're not and you're repeating on one side all the time, just be careful that as you bring that leg back down, once you've done that balance, that it is that knee that stays folded. So walking 1, 2, 3, we lift and 1, 2, 3, lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, lift. And then this time we're going to hold that balance into some rotation control here. So hip and knee at 90, and we take that knee out to the side from the hip. Brilliant. This time your upper body staying nice and still. So it's not rotating as it was a moment ago when we did that lunge series. It's now just that movement from the hip. Back to the centre. Place that foot back down. 1, 2, 3. Opposite side we lift. Open those arms for a little bit of balance. And we take that knee out to the side. Back to the centre. 2. Brilliant. And 3. Back to the middle. Bring that foot back down. And then we'll just walk side to side. Fantastic. Build those arms up and up. And then we'll slowly let those arms come to stop. Let those heels come to rest down. Pull those shoulders back and one full roll down. So nodding chin towards your chest. Peel forwards into that stretch. Once you've gone as far as you can, either firming your hands onto your shins or your knees or maybe even the floor, lift just into a little bit of extension, being slightly lower than we were with the cat stretch before. Then we relax and release and we'll roll back up to standing through the spine, letting the shoulders come back and lifting up and away through the crown of your head. So, hopefully that's a little bit of something that you could try in standing, just to get yourselves a little bit warmed up before maybe going on to do one of our other videos.